Is there enough with what has transpired with the Sandiganbayan for you to feel that no matter what happens, we have this in the narrative, in the face of this revisionist movement about the Marcos years, we have enough where we can tell to the next generation, no, this is what happened, these were the facts presented, even from a legal standpoint, even the Supreme Court cannot change that?
I would say that it is not enough to rest, on our laurels at the Sandiganbayan because there were no counter evidence that was presented by the Marcoses. As pointed out, nobody dreamed of that co-warranto. Good heavens. We actively worked on that. We went to the Senate and said, this is yours. You have to impeach. The Supreme Court is taking your mandate from you. You've got to assert, your right to impeachment, and it should not be the co-warranto, etc., etc. But see what happened. It was upheld. So I don't think that we should just be complacent. As I said, the way things are right now, you never know what can happen, no matter how strong the evidence is. But it will have to be this continuing pressure and knowledge on the part of the people, and people from different sectors that I'm talking about. But, you were already jumping to the Korte Suprema. What about the Court of Appeals? Di ba dadaan mo na sa Court of Appeals yan?
Baka hindi na po kasi the Court of Appeals and Sandiganbayan are of equal ranking.
Ah, I see.
So they have to go to the Supreme Court.
Okay. Very good. Yeah.
Just to follow up on Robbie's question, on the broader narrative of how a lot of people have been trying to tell their version of history, that there was never a conviction of the Marcoses in this version of history. There was never a conviction. There was never any finding of ill-gotten wealth, and all of these other stories that have been coming out on social media. How does this change it, if at all? If it does change it, is it a direct challenge to that narrative?
Yes, it is a direct challenge because in what has always been described as a flawed criminal justice system, every time we talk about the criminal justice in the Philippines, it's really flawed on two counts, at least two basic counts. It drugs the cases, namamatay na yung mga tao. Pangalawa, nabebenta, nabibili. There's a lot of graft and corruption inside. Then you have something like this. This should be inspiring. Some philosophers said a single spark can start a prairie fire. So we should start from there. I'm as old as I'm older than everybody else. I think that a good decision like this should inspire. And as pointed out by Albert Einstein, I always say this, you can never solve a problem with the same consciousness that created it. I don't know if I've said that here, but I will say it again. And that is what is needed. It needs new blood with, a heart for humanity and integrity in your veins. Yun eh.
Okay.
Diba?
Imelda Marcos is, like I said, 89 years old. She's sickly already, and unless she's like Enrile, who is immortal, there's a huge possibility that she will never face conviction with finality on a criminal case.
Can I say something there? That yun ang kwan eh. Yun yung rule of law nga. I think that is what's so weak about our situation. I think what is important is for us to strengthen the institutions. She should be convicted based on evidence. And, when Robbie was asking kanina, makikita ba ng mga tao na she will be behind bars and all that, those are just the forms, di ba? Pero the conviction should be there. Because yun yung nagsasabi na may accountability. Lahat ng tao underneath. And klaro naman yun eh. Klaro yung mga dummy foundations. Her name was Jane Ryan, and his name was William Saunders. So everybody knows that. So just spill the beans, tell the truth to the people, and it's true what you say because, Solgen Salida, in the Supreme Court hearing, medyo natawa ako nung sabi niya, kahit naman ilibing ninyo si Marcos dito, kung ano yung paniniwala ng mga tao tungkol sa kanya, hindi naman mababago yun. Sinabi niya yun eh. Sabi ko, totoo yun. Hindi naman nagbago eh. No? Na akala na nila. So, ang importante lang kasi, para sa atin, yung mga tao, mabago din yung kanilang kamalayan. Their consciousness. Because they look up to one person to do the job for them. They must see that governance, they should participate actively.
Okay.
Di ba? Yung ganon.